This cat mug is ready to die. I mean, I don't know if you can see it. Look at how chipped it is. Look at how chipped and buckled this cup is. But this was the first cup I ever used for my YouTube channel. So it can't go. Me and cat mug forever. Hello wonderful humans of the internet, how are we? My name is Sam Scott-Thorne and I am a vocal coach based in Glasgow. Now if you'd like to meet and explore your voice a little more, you can find me on sstvocals.com. You can also find me on Patreon and various other social media platforms, and I'll put the handles down below and over there. Over here. That was a long-winded way to just say it's there. Now, if you'd like to consider becoming a patron, you have access to all sorts of bonus content like early release of my reactions, you can fast-track reactions, become a reaction, there's special roles on my Discord server, and you have access to all sorts of bonus content like my wee rants and my Vocal Anatomy 101, so consider becoming a patron and help shape my channel. Okay, somebody asked me for more Forestella, and you ask, I receive? No, you ask, I give. Your request? No? What's the phrase? Your wish is my command. Finally! Oh, this is going to be hard because I can't even do basic speech today. And we're going to look at Forestella. Oh. Anyway, I have decided to go and listen to Bad Romance, which I'm assuming is the Lady Gaga song. From the start, it says Stephanie Germanotta, which is her real name. So I love that. We're going for the Stephanie Germanotta classic Bad Romance. So let's go. And also Kayat Nadir. I don't know who that is. But obviously wrote the song as well. So let's go and take a listen and see what we think. And stop me from talking. Jeez. Spooky vibes. Oh. Oh, okay. This voice, butter, deep, gorgeous. The little stabs on that were perfect. The tone of this guy's voice, I'm pretty sure that it's the one that sings low. I've only ever heard them sing Scarborough Fair, I think. So I'm gonna fall in love with the guy with the deep voice. I'm just telling you that right now. The four voices together create such a beautiful blend, but also they blend at the same time as being unique from one another. So you can actually pinpoint everybody. The lovely higher end voice that came in second was very aspirate, so that's more air coming through the folds. So you get it just softens the sound slightly. So when you've got ba ba ha ha, you've got this like differentiation between pitch, because one is, I think, just an octave higher, and then you've also got that kind of buttery tone versus that light kind of airy tone. Third one to come through was the, I suppose you maybe call him the lead. His voice is just very unique. It's got so much twang through it and it pokes out through everything. It's just very standout, and that's just down to the oral twang. I'll talk about that a wee bit later because I'm sure, you know, it's a 5-minute video. He'll do it again. And then the guy with a really super high head voice was absolutely gorgeous. It rings really, really nice and just kind of cuts over the top. Absolutely gorgeous. The four of them together, perfect.
I want your ugly, I want your disease. I want your everything as long as it's free. I want your love. Love, 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 I want your love.
Ah, how dare you? How dare you? How dare you? Right, so his voice is just absolutely gorgeous. There was not a lot of lip movement, so he's not articulating the sounds in an over exaggerated way. It's really kind of almost like he's doing it through gritted teeth. I want your ugly, I want your disease. So you have to really almost speak through that, like through your teeth almost. Really, really nice. I also like the way that he turned the end of that phrase into just pure air. So the whole phrase just kind of into the ether. Oh, I like him. Oh, and a little bit of pride.
I want to let us start this kissing the sing. I want your love. Love, 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 I want your love.
So there's definitely like affected sounds here. They're putting in more breath work. Like little kind of spooky sounds, I suppose, is what it's coming across as. This guy's voice is quite unusual. I don't know if it's like because he's Korean, right? So I don't know if it's when the English language is sung through a Korean accent for him specifically. It almost had this kind of like back place sound. It was all down here. The best and only kind of way I can describe it at the moment is like he was trying to form NG sounds where they weren't. So you kind of got this sound running through the phrase. It didn't sound bad in any way. It's just an unusual character to the voice. I really liked it actually. His voice is just really, really nice. He just reminds me of like the head boy, main part in the school play. It's just very like clean and well behaved and well trained. He just has this like prim and proper sound to him. I know nothing about this guy's personality, so he might be the exact opposite, but that's the vibes his voice has given me. I absolutely adore the bottom end of this sound. So the guy's just singing an octave down, caught in a bad romance. It just gives such weight to the sound. It anchors these like higher singers. He's like my MVP, but I just love a deep voice, so that's just my bias showing. I like the attention to detail that the quote-unquote main singer, the one that's singing the main line in the higher octave, gives to the ends of his phrases. So he clearly cares about his onsets, but he cares about his offsets just as much. All of these phrases are stretched out to the very last second. He's squeezing all the goodness out of it, and it really does just polish the performance to that extra wee level. He's not trying to jump onto the next line. He is really making sure that no part of this song goes unappreciated, or the vocal even. His vibrato is also beautiful. That's where the thyroid cartilage tilts or rocks forward, if you like, and creates a little oscillation of the pitch. So, lots of people think it comes from like the jaw, like, but that's not the case. You don't have to move your jaw at all for vibrato. It comes from your larynx. Anyway, gorgeous, gorgeous jaw. What is going on? That was bizarre in the best way. They really are taking the spooky element of this and are running with it. All of this lovely high head voice work was gorgeous. A little bit of twang in there to kind of pierce through. A lot of kind of ha, ha, ha. They're expelling a lot of air and then kind of almost twisting onto this much more closed place. So that's surprising because when your onset is an H sound, a H, usually you would follow that into an aspirate place. It's a good way to encourage an aspirate tone. But they're kind of doing the unexpected, if you like. These boys.
I want you hero, I want you desire. 'Cause you a criminal as long as you're mine. I want you love. I want you love.
I like his voice. Now, his is the most like colloquial that we've heard so far. So it's almost speech-like. Da 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 da. Not too much vibrato coming through. He's just very authentic, I suppose would be the word. I also like that he's just like singing the phrases, not doing anything too much to it. He's letting it be, because there's so much that goes on around these verses that if you were to like go absolutely crazy the entire time, you'd just be a little bit kind of overwhelmed. So he's, again, there's like loads of little anchor points. There's the lower voice that's coming in and kind of keeping the high from being too out there, and then there's this guy that's doing the verse in a really kind of stable manner. They know what they're doing.
I want the psycho, your body could see. When you in my rear window, baby, you see. I want your love. Love, 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 I want your love.
The low guy. I'm so sorry. Because I try to be as objective as possible. But this guy's voice is absolutely gorgeous. I want to pour his voice into a glass and drink it. It's gorgeous. The other thing is, when he's hitting these like low notes, he's not dropping his larynx too much either. It's kind of actually kept at least a mid position, so you still get the brightness of the sound. It's just that the pitch is super low. So if I was to go love, 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 I want your love, and I'm pulling my larynx down, can you hear that kind of sound? That depth, that swimmy kind of sound, it's not coming from there. It's love, 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 I want your love. It's still quite a raised larynx. God, my voice is all over the place, but I'm actually stunned. He's just so good. Their harmonies are absolutely sublime, and what I really like about this breakdown here is that you've got two that are going oh, and they're holding that harmony, and the other two are going oh. They're moving through that phrasing. It gives you two sets of movement, so you feel like there's this real swimmy energy to that sound. Oh, it's so good. They are fantastic. I like them when they do like unison parts, but I love it when they do harmonized parts as well. They are just fabulous. So this is pure toneless singing. Fashion baby. It's almost like whispered. Walk, walk, fashion baby. That sound has no pitch to it. It's closer to a whisper than anything else. And it is just full of character, full of spice. Gorgeous. So you've actually got a little bit of that. They're coming through with that pitch very, very gently, but then they're going back into the whispered sound. They are giving it a bit of a sultry edge. I really like that.
I want your love and I want your revenge. I want your love. I wanna be friends. Je veux ton amour et je veux ta revanche. Je veux ton amour. I wanna be friends.
Watch their lip shape here. They're doing some slight variations. You know how I said at the beginning the guy didn't move his mouth very much? He was pursing into these ooh kind of sounds. I feel like most of his kind of voice, I feel like is kind of a back place sound. He concentrates most of that energy like here. So this is almost like it's not as important, if you like. I wonder what would happen if he did just like swing his jaw open with that. It would be massive. It would I would probably implode. But you can see as well with the other guys, because there are other people there, believe it or not. With the other guys, you can see there's like variation on the lips. They're drawing up into this spread kind of sound for slight parts in order to get that real bite off the sound. They are fabulous. So if you've got people that are brightening the sound, you've got folk that are rounding the sound out, then you get this real kind of juxtaposition. They just know how to work off of one another, and they know when to fall in together and match, and they know when to separate and just show themselves individually. They're fantastic. The bad point to stop, I know, because it's nearly finished. But the guy that's doing all that, "Want your bad romance," he is going into this really small place in order to create that power. It's got a ton of twang on it. Now, twang is when the epiglottis comes over the top of the vocal folds and doesn't quite close over like if you were to swallow. So it creates like a little chamber, if you like, for the air to push back on the vocal folds and create a thicker sound. It creates a frequency between 2 and 4 kilohertz. This is a science bit. Between 2 and 4 kilohertz, which is the resonant frequency of the ear canal. So it sounds super, super loud. If he was to try and belt that through his teeny weeny larynx, it would probably hurt, and you probably wouldn't be able to do that often. In order to make that sound safely, healthily, and easily, you apply that twang, and it just does all the heavy lifting, if you like, and it sounds super, super punchy. I really like all these guys. What can you even say? They're just a match made in heaven, but then they perform like they crawled out of hell. So, I mean, that is something you can say. Very, very good. I need to like actually study them as people, so that I'm not assigning them as like the head boy and the buttery voice that I want to drink. So you've probably done this already, but give me a breakdown of each of them in the comments and make me look less ignorant. Anyway, I hope you liked that reaction. If you did, please give it a like and a thumbs up down below. And if you want to see more from me, hit subscribe, ring the bell, and anytime I have new content, you will be the first to know. I sound like Sylvester Stallone. So I guess all that's left for me to say is thank you so much for joining me. And how are we going to buy this one? I don't know. So I guess all that's left for me to say is thank you so much for joining me. And please hit like and subscribe. Or I'll tickle your sides. Yeah, consider that a threat. Bye.